Hey guys, what up? It's your boy. You know me, right? This is my first video in a while.
This is not hunting at all.
Yeah, yeah, by the way. This is my homeboy Hunter. He is, you're in, what's your YouTube channel? So these people can go
not
subscribe.
hunting at all. I mean, I don't really go on it too much anymore, but I still use it.
Yeah, we just posted a video up over there, so if you guys want to check that out,
I can put the link in the description
yeah, if that would, yeah, my boy will put the link in the description. Y'all can check it out. It's a bit funny. I won't lie. That was some pretty funny shit. Now let's get to this. Today we're doing some conspiracy theories. We're doing top 5 conspiracy theories to be exact. So let's get in with number 1. Number 1, Tupac is actually alive. This one is actually one that I believe most people believe is real. Considering that the fact that in many song lyrics, people say that he's not, he's actually dead.
Yeah, and another thing though is that they say that he's back as Casanova, which is a real rapper, but it's not. It's not that Casanova looks like Tupac. It's that Casanova is covering for Tupac's real identity. Basically, they're saying that a guy named Casanova is on the cover of CDs, and it's actually Tupac's voice that's in his CDs.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we encourage you definitely take a listen to Casanova.
Yeah, it really sounds like him.
There's one where actually full in depth describes the death of Tupac. Yep, describes what happened and everything. Yep, what happened after he left the MGM Grand after jumping one of I believe it was Big E's guys. You know what's up? Like if you know the story, you know what I'm talking about. He left the MGM Grand and everything else. Yeah. It's real though. It's one of those things that I definitely believe is real. I believe definitely Tupac is real. I mean, he's not real, but alive, I should say. This is a real, I believe, conspiracy theory.
I would say number 2 would be the death of Kurt Cobain. A lot of people believe that he is still, well, not still alive, that he actually didn't kill himself. It was really Courtney Love that murdered him.
And actually, yeah. In a documentary, one man by the name, I believe, of Hodge, I'm not sure that was his exact name, but just for the sake of it, we'll call him Hodge, said that Courtney Love was going to pay him $2 million. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, $2 million to whack Kurt Cobain in his words, whack Kurt Cobain. But he refused the money because apparently it wasn't enough, which is I don't know, that's a pretty insane amount of money to kill somebody. But somebody else actually did, I guess, took the money and supposedly killed Kurt Cobain. And many people say that Courtney Love actually wrote the suicide letter for Kurt Cobain, and that that's what happened. People were sad over that. That's why many people don't really like Courtney Love, because they're pretty sure he was that she had hired somebody to kill Kurt Cobain. And there's more evidence that leads to this, but it's mainly because of that. That people speculate.
I don't blame them either.
It's really compelling. Everything. If you do take a look into it, there's an autobiography. Actually, no, not an autobiography, but it's a book. It's called I believe it's called The Life and Death of Kurt Cobain. I do encourage you guys to check it out. There's also a documentary on an app called Tubi TV. You go to your app store, download that. But that's beside the point. On there, in the documentaries, it's a documentary called Kurt and Courtney. In that same documentary, it does show the footage of the man kind of claiming that Courtney Love paid him $2 million to whack Kurt Cobain.
Another conspiracy theory would be the one where they're saying that Robin Williams didn't actually commit suicide.
Yep, this ties into a later one, which will probably be our number 1.
Yeah.
It's said that the Illuminati killed Robin Williams because he was a blood sacrifice. and that he was a vital part of their plan to brainwash the masses.
Which is understandable because in a lot of cases, I don't really want to say the whole name because I don't really know what's going to happen if we do. Let's just say that for many reasons, there's many people that have been disappearing lately. There's a lot of people we haven't heard of from a while, and it's all because of this.
Yeah,
Kanye's a part of it. Taylor Swift's a part of it. But it's just some of them that disappear in a death type of way.
Kind of like Tupac, but there's also many others, such as Prince,
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, David Bowie, the guy who played Snake from Harry Potter. I'm not sure of his name. Sorry, if you know his name.
No, he's from a lot of stuff. He had a band, remember?
Oh, I don't know. He might. I don't.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
David Bowie was a singer.
No, I'm talking about the guy from Harry Potter.
Oh,
the guy who plays Snape.
Oh, I didn't know you. I thought you moved on.
Sorry, that's my bad. I forgot to mention that. But still, yeah. Just a lot of people disappearing, a lot of people dying, and it's mysterious. But it's actually part of, from what people believe, Illuminati blood sacrifices to appease the god or the. As most Satanists know him as Baphomet. Even if you don't believe in God, and this was stated by somebody, a famous politician, or I believe, I'm not sure on his name, he stated that, sure, there may be no God or no hell or nothing, but there are people who believe in that and are willing to go to extreme lengths to cover it up, and if you don't believe in it, they'll go to extreme lengths to kill. And that is real. And it's a scary thing. Yep.
Another conspiracy is that a lot of our government is full of lizards.
Yeah, that's
I don't really want to go into this one, but honestly, it is a conspiracy theory. Yeah, meaning it ties into it as well.
Yeah,
Let's just say there's a lot of videos where there's non-editing, where you'll see security guards turning, but at the same time their faces morph different. It's really disturbing.
It is, but at the same, it ties in with government alien conspiracies. Government's hiding aliens. Apparently, there are 82 species of aliens living on Earth right now, which is pretty crazy. I didn't know that. Apparently, but that's apparently what our government is hiding, and only through the Canadian government did we actually know that that apparently our own government is working with 3 types of alien species. Or is aware of it, 3 types of alien species, only working with 2 of them, which happen to be the Greys and these white-skinned aliens. They look more like humans, but are not human. But apparently there's a story that one man told on his YouTube channel, and he's actually currently on the run from the government because of this. But basically, he said that a man who used to work at Area 51 revealed to him that, in fact, and on a couple of the stars on Orion's belt, one of them is actually home to hostile extraterrestrials, and one star also in Orion's belt is home to good-willed extraterrestrials, which are the Greys. People, who are being abducted, they talk about the Greys, but the Greys are not actually bad, there's people consider them to be bad. It's just a lot of stuff.
Personally, there is another conspiracy where people think that. I'm sorry, I needed a break for that for a second.
I got you.
People actually believe that. People believe that Osama is Barack Obama.
Yeah, that's a pretty goofy conspiracy.
Personally, I don't know why I'm putting this at the top 10, but it is a conspiracy, and some people do get really dumb ideas from conspiracies.
Yeah, definitely.
The only reason this was compelling to me was the fact that it had over 10 million views.
Yep, yeah.
It was confusing because most of it was likes.
We usually don't.
I'm guessing it was because of Trump wanting his certificate being shown. And people leading his path, saying, it's possible he isn't actually an American citizen. It bothers me kind of.
See, we usually don't tell people to look up stupid videos, but this is one time we will.
It's hilarious of how dumb it is.
Yeah, people would be like, if you're a conspiracy theorist like us, you would make some weird connection, but that's not the case with this. This man has actually no connection.
Another conspiracy is one time on a talk show. I don't know if it was a radio or a talk show.
I believe it was a radio talk show.
Where it was a radio and a talk show. Okay, basically what happens is there's a guy that calls. He's screaming, he's panting, and he explains that
he used
to work for
Area 51.
Area 51. And he explains how he doesn't have much time, and he basically exploits the government's plans on aliens. He does this for a little while until eventually he gets cut off.
Yes. Actually, I believe it was the whole video was about maybe 5-10 minutes. He actually does not get far in trying to explain it before the station's power is cut out and the line goes off. Many people believe that he was kidnapped or killed by the Men in Black or other extraterrestrial beings.
Yeah.
And if you're not aware of the Men in Black, they are these men who are the same height. They look exactly the same. They have black eyes. They don't have our eyes exactly. And basically, what happens is when any extraterrestrial anomaly happens, and somebody tries to speak out about it, the news will blow it off, local paper blow it off. But
that's what they do. They try to cover up everything they can so they can just get away with it.
But these Men in Black don't blow it off. They actually come and they threaten your family. They threaten you. They tell you if you don't silence it, if you don't stop, we'll take what's precious to you. And so that's what many people believe happened to this man, is that he threatened to go all out, exploiting the government and everything, and they really did take him as a threat, and they sent the Men in Black after him. Many people believe these Men in Black work for the government or work with the aliens and the government at the same time. But back to this main conspiracy. He ended up, or a man claiming to be him, ended up showing up on that same talk show. I believe it was maybe a month later.
In the story of such, he talks, but it doesn't sound anything like him. I mean, yeah, it might have. There's a slight, tiny chance it might have been him after he got caught by the government. But all in all, it just didn't sound like him initially.
So that's why many people believe that it's linked to the Men in Black.
Another conspiracy that I really want to move on to. I don't know if you know about this, but there's actually a conspiracy of what happened to a woman who happened to be in an elevator at a specific building. It was actually at a something hotel. It was a very famous one, and it was known for a lot of hauntings going on.
Okay.
And what happens is there's rare footage on YouTube. It has millions of views. It's the girl, and she goes into an elevator. And when she goes into the elevator, she starts looking around, starts moving, she starts, fidgeting. And she looks around the elevator, looks outside of the elevator, she walks around for a little bit, spins around in the elevator, and she just stands there. She gives hand signals for people outside, but then it shows an outside view of the hotel, and no one's there. And then the next thing you know, the next morning, she was caught inside of the water tower that was right next to the hotel. Yeah. No one can get into it without a key. And it's actually a secret place you cannot see unless you're an employee. Meaning that she would have had to, in a strange way, go into the water tower while she'd have to have a key, plus she'd have to know where the part of the building is to get to the water tower. Mm-hmm. And also another thing, even when you do go to the water tower, there's a ginormous part you have to lift up, and she was too skinny to lift it up. She was kind of a fragile girl, meaning there was no real way she would have been able to get in there.
Very interesting. I did not know
You'd have to look it up later, but it's really... if you want to look it up, you can. Just look up Girl in the Elevator Conspiracy, and you'll find a bunch of them. It's really creepy to watch.
If you guys haven't heard it anywhere else, you guys hear it here first. Another conspiracy. I believe we're probably nearing the end of our many conspiracies.
I think this would probably be the last
this
one.
is probably our top three. So let's get into number three. Number three. How about would you say the martial law conspiracy? That would be a that's one that many people.
Oh yeah,
many
you might want to
conspiracy
explain that one.
theorists, yes.
After
So,
this, I already have an idea on mine, so just keep going.
all right. So martial law is basically when the government, the military, more or less, becomes the law of the land. They become the government. They take control. Now, many people believe that though Obama is actually going to do martial law because of Trump becoming president, or Trump will make our government into a totalitarian government where the government is the all-seeing eye and the government has to know what you're doing. Well, sorry, martial law is basically, like I said, now there are three stickers that usually indicate your way in martial law. The first sticker, which is the red sticker, means the day martial law is declared, which usually is the defined signal is when the banks shut down for 3 days. Usually probably start on a Friday, and you can't transfer any money, which is pretty weird. But you can't transfer any money or anything. Then you are
Oh, I think I heard of this one.
Yeah, you basically then have 3 days to get out of a town, because once martial law happens, they storm the town. They take the people with certain stickers, or if you have the yellow sticker, which usually means if you believe in the Bible and everything, you'll take the mark of the beast, and you'll go with the beast system. The blue sticker means you're not as bad as the red sticker people, but you're still going to be taken to these things called FEMA camps, which more or less are kind of like concentration camps. Yep, they work you till you die. The red sticker means the day of the martial law is declared, which probably be earlier in the morning. You'll be they'll come into your house and they'll basically keep down your door and kill you right where you stand. They don't even care. But many people believe that will happen during this time of great uncertainty in our country. Conspiracy number two.
Conspiracy number two. I don't know if you heard about this one, but it's actually called the Mandela effect.
Oh, I have, yeah.
It's okay. Think about this. Do you remember it being Berenstain Bears or Berenstain Bears? Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie Star Wars? Do you remember how he said, "Luke, I am your father"?
Yeah.
He actually says, "I am your father," not "Luke, I am your father." I'm being serious. Look it up.
Yeah. Yeah. For all you guys who don't,
there's a lot. It's just the Mandela effect is an idea that there are two parallel universes, and that we are just in one of them.
Yes, and that specific dates actually, like December 21st, 2012. Well, I imagine most people believe the end of the world is actually supposed to happen on that day, but actually, what many people believed happened is our world collided with another one, and that on specific dates, our world collides with a different world, and our realities as we know it merge with others, and different.
It basically changes history as we know it.
Exactly.
Meaning that what we remember as a kid may not be what it actually is now.
Exactly.
And because millions of people remember it the same way we did, it brings on the theory that life as we know it is not the same as it actually was.
So you guys check that out. Look it up on YouTube or look it up to the
internet. There's a lot of... You can pretty much find all of these documentaries on YouTube.
The Mandela Effect.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty creepy thing when you get into it.
So this brings us down to number one, and this one should be the one I have to least explain is the Illuminati. Obviously, a dark shadowy government or a dark shadowy group that watches over the world, has full control of the world. That seems pretty scary. I mean, just thinking about it.
They know everything we do. They program everything we do. Basically, the Illuminati is kind of a main source. it kind of knows everything. It's kind of like the government in hindsight. Okay, basically, the Illuminati is a group of specific people that have relatively smart and really intelligent minds. It's a group of people that are willing to take over on world domination. If you ever saw Gravity Falls in the newer episodes, it actually depicts this.
Yeah.
It's pretty creepy if you think about it.
You know,
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but in the later episodes, they actually do have groups where these world leaders are around the circle and they're talking, and it even has the triangle in it.
You know, also with that, the predictive programming. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of that. Predictive programming, where like The Simpsons, where they predicted Trump would be president.
Yeah, that was insane.
Or 9/11. Stuff like that. They're preparing people for these things.
And there was an episode. Yeah, sorry.
With predictive programming. But you can go ahead.
There was an episode of The Simpsons as well where Bart Simpson, Homer Simpson's son, he was actually caught in a gorilla cage, and he was starting to befriend the gorilla. And then everyone surrounded them, and they were screaming at the gorilla for doing this. And it really depicts Harambe and what happened to him. There's just many, many, many TV shows that depict what happens later on in our world.
And people believe that, again, that is a predictive program.
Look
that up. That is also a thing that works in with the Illuminati. They are preparing people for these things. Okay, guys.
And that was the top 10 conspiracy theories of all time.
Maybe a little bit more than 10, ladies and gentlemen, but 10 nonetheless.
Yes.
You guys, this has been your boy, Tyrone, a.k.a. Noah. You know what's up. This is my boy, HG, the MC. His name's Hunter. Yeah, that's what's up. I'm sorry about your rap name into this.
It's fine, man.
Like I said, you guys can probably find the link to his channel in the description.
Yes.
I will talk to y'all tomorrow.
See you guys later.
See y'all later.
He'll see you later because, it's his fans. You know what I mean.
I'll see y'all later.